Hi, my name is Nayeli from the Mom Team, and this is Claire.
Hi.
And today we're going to talk about something that all my mom friends have been wondering about, and that is how to know when your baby is ready for solid foods. Now there's a couple of signs that your baby might show that let you know that he is ready, and we're going to talk about those.
This is such an exciting time in a parent's life, but it can also be a little scary. You want what's best for your baby and you don't know what to give them or when.
It's also something to remember, if your baby was born premature or before 37 weeks, you'll want to wait a little longer to start solids.
So I had a friend whose mom encouraged her to start solids early, and she ended up having some complications because of it.
Yes, this happens especially because the recommendations have changed over the years. Your friends or family may encourage you to start solid foods too early. I know mine did, all the time. They used to say things like, Nayeli, maybe he's not getting the right nutrients, or maybe that's the reason why he's not getting enough sleep at night. But starting solids too early can cause a baby to choke or give them an upset tummy. They also might not get enough calories or nutrients. So take your time with starting solids. It should be a time of learning and fun for your baby.
Something I learned when I first started my baby on solids was not to put infant cereal in his bottle. Apparently, it's a major choking hazard. You will see all sorts of misinformation about this on the internet. It's gonna make your baby sleep longer. It's just not true, and it's dangerous. Every baby is different, so you want to wait until your baby is ready for solid foods. Once he's around 6 months, he may need more time, or maybe he's raring to go. Here are some of the things you can look out for to know if your baby is ready for solid foods.
When your little one can sit up by himself or with very little help.
Or when he can grasp and hold objects, always fun for mom.
And very cute. So another sign when he's ready for solids is when he can control his head and neck. This was especially true for me because it just made me feel more at ease knowing that he could hold his own head up, and especially with all the choking hazards. So I just felt more comfortable.
Absolutely. Was your baby ever suddenly very interested in what you were eating?
Yes, yes.
Mine would be so intense. You'd stare at my food and open his mouth and lean towards my fork.
That's always cute to watch. They do all these kind of things. They observe your mouth while it's moving, and they start doing kind of the same movements.
Yes.
And that's a great sign. When this happens, try offering him a little bit of pureed food. It's okay to start with fruits, vegetables, or even meats. If he can keep most of the food in his mouth, if he doesn't spit it out with his tongue, and if he's not gagging, he's probably ready. And if you don't see any of these signs, don't worry. You can always try again in a few days or even a couple of weeks.
It's always best to start slow with solid food. Try small amounts and never force your baby to eat. If he's pulling away from that fork or spoon, it means he's probably done.
Right. What worked for me was offering my baby solid foods during our dinner time. That way he can see us eating, and more importantly, we can watch him while he's eating.
There are so many great baby food options out there these days. I found that stores offer so many more varieties than they used to. I personally liked offering my baby store-bought baby food because it made it so easy to make sure he was getting a healthy variety of healthy foods, no matter how busy my day was. And us moms know our days can get very busy. It was just so nice having one less thing to do and not having to worry about it.
So baby's first learning to eat solids is always fun to watch and messy. Very messy. I always tried not to rush my mealtime so he could play with his own food, and I think this made him really learn about foods.
Some moms like making food for baby that is similar to what the family is eating. For example, if you're having sweet potatoes, you may pull some aside, cook them a little longer, and then mash them with a fork or blender for your baby. Just make sure you're not adding any additional salt, fat, or sugar to your baby's portion.
So one more thing you want to remember is if you have more food than you need for one feeding, either store-bought or homemade, never feed directly from the food container. Always scoop out the amount you need, and this will help protect baby from contaminated food.
Oh, that is very good point. Yes. Now we'll show you how to make sweet potatoes that your whole family can enjoy. First, you will chop and cook the potatoes just like you normally would.
And once the sweet potatoes are nice and soft, get a fork or a masher and mash the potatoes until there aren't any lumps. You can also cook them a little bit longer to make them easier to mash.
A good way to make it easier for your baby to eat these new foods is by thinning it out a little with your own breast milk or formula. This packs in the nutrition for your baby, and also it gives it a familiar taste, something your baby is more used to.
Right. So now that you are feeding your baby solids, it's time to take the next step toward helping him have a beautiful smile. With all that natural sugars and breast milk and the formula, and now adding solid food, it can increase the risk of cavities. So just make sure you are brushing their teeth or gums with a cloth or a soft brush in the morning and at night.
Absolutely. So to recap, we've talked about when your baby should start solid foods.
And easy ways to make your own baby food.
In the next video, we'll cover how to feed your baby those first few bites.
If you have any questions, let us know. From all of us at the Mom Team, I'm Nayeli.
And I'm Claire.
Talk to you soon.
Bye.